All right. Welcome in. Welcome back. Another episode, College Guys Talking Ball, episode 12 to be exact. We got Mikey back, man, for another
Yeah.
episode as a guest here.
What's going on,
What's
bro?
up, fellas? What's up? What's up? I'm back. Kid's back again.
Life
Yeah.
been life good, Mikey? Everything good, bro?
Yeah, we're good. We're good over here.
Any baseball insight for the people or
The Division II baseball insight. I mean,
Yeah.
young
How's,
Harris.
how's
Oh, young Harris Mountain Lions are moving conferences next year. I mean, that's about all I got for you right now.
what
wow.
conference?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
conference?
we're going to the Conference of Carolinas. It's got North Greenville reigning national
All right,
champs.
and that's all we have time for there.
Yeah,
No,
just so
no, no.
funny.
Seriously though, why
The-
why?
I mean that because the Peach Belt is there. A lot of teams are leaving to go to, and I think UNG might go D1. They're talking about, so I don't know. A lot of teams are leaving for other
Oh,
conferences.
so it might just disband or whatever.
Yeah, because everybody's so spread out in the Peach Belt. Like the travel sucks, so that's why they're doing it.
That's crazy going to the
Yeah,
Carolinas, but I guess you guys are closer there. But yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome, man. I mean,
yeah,
how about today's episode? What we got for you guys? What we got, TJ?
yeah. So, we're back. We've got some very interesting matchups
Yeah,
in the NFL this Sunday. That we'll touch on. Dallas at Green Bay, Seattle and Tampa. They play in Munich.
Munich,
Munich,
bro.
Munich,
Munich,
Germany.
bro.
Jesus.
And
Wow,
Josh
bro.
Allen and the Bills look to get back in the win column at
He's
home against the top seeded Vikings.
Josh
And
Allen.
we got some pretty good college football as well. Not the best slate, but TCU plays Texas. That's where game day is. Alabama and
Yep,
Ole Miss. Big playoff implications there. And then we could look for the college football standings to change even more.
absolutely, man. I mean, you know, I don't know that that'll change things up too much, but I think that the Texas and TCU game is definitely interesting. What
Yeah,
about? I mean, hey, last episode, man, we talked about putting a bow on baseball, but now that Mikey's here, I think
and we
I
can
think we
never.
ought we ought to get his insight on
Baseball specialist is
you know
back.
this off season, and I kind of want to hear what he has to say. So
I got some
yeah,
good
man.
takes
Yeah,
for you
so
guys. So
I guess we'll just get right back into it. We have Mikey on as a guest, so baseball's back for the short foreseeable future, I guess, one
Little
episode.
rapid fire action. Give him some
yeah.
Yeah,
questions,
so
man.
what are your thoughts on how the season ended? I guess
Um.
the Astros postseason dominance, just kind of the
Yeah.
cap to baseball season. It's
I mean,
sad.
I figured the Astros were going to win. Once the Braves went out, I mean, I thought everybody would know the Astros were going to win the World Series, and the Phillies did put up a good fight, and they went up 2-1. And I think a lot of Philly fans are really angry that they didn't at least go to a Game 7 when you go up 2-1 and you end up losing the next three games in
Three.
a row to lose the series. So, I mean, I'm not surprised to say the least. I'm very happy with the ending that another NL East team can't hold the World Series over us. We're the most recent one.
Yep,
So I mean, I'm
facts.
happy about that. So I
Yeah,
don't a
me and
lot of
Ethan.
Braves fans are rooting for the Phillies. I find that a little messed up. So shame on all you Braves fans that are rooting for the Phillies. If you were Ethan in particular,
Hey, bro, I was just going for the big
uh,
moments, man.
I don't care
I was
about the
just going for
story,
the big
man.
moments. Dude,
I was
Harper
not good.
Harper Harper had some big moments, man. You
Bro,
you
I
Not
gotta
going
give
like
for the Phillies.
Harper. I
He did
like the
not have
guy.
any big moments in the
He
World
was
Series.
not good in the World Series.
no no
Besides
no
that
no not
one
in the
home,
World Series.
besides the one home run in Game 3, he didn't do anything in the World Series. So
But yeah,
He didn't jack that
me and
ball though.
me and Ethan, we kind of talked about it a few shows ago, just kind of how we kind of saw the series ending when it was no longer that the Astros could get eliminated in Philly. They had kind of
yeah,
won two games, and then they
yeah,
brought it
it
back
was
home and
over.
finished it. And then when you kind of do that, you kind of see the end of the road coming. But still great. It was a great season. What are your thoughts on the Braves? I guess how their season ended.
Well, I
What's
mean, obviously that sucked.
Despair.
But I
Despair.
mean, at this point, we're past that. We talked about that. I think at this point we're talking about Braves possible offseason acquisitions, and I'll start with the Braves, and then I'll talk about the rest of the league. But as far as the Braves go, I don't know the Dansby thing. I started off with thinking, and before the season ended, I thought he was definitely not going to leave. He's definitely staying here. Then I pivoted to I think he's definitely leaving, and now I'm kind of back on. I think I'm like 50-50. I think he
You think
might
he's
stay.
coming back?
I'm 50-50 on he might
Wow.
stay. He might go to LA. If he doesn't stay, I think he's going to the Dodgers. Um,
Wow.
but I think so for the Braves.
He's
I
gonna
think
be butt buddies with Freeman.
I don't think
acquisition
he's going
wise,
to either. I think he's going to go to a different team.
TJ's going to say some shit like the Orioles, but acquisition wise, I think okay. So I think the Braves are going to do one of. I think I don't know why I'm getting this vibe. I mean, obviously Twitter is not a valid source of information. I'm seeing a lot of, at least from like beat writers and stuff.
I think it is.
It's beat writers are better than random people. Okay, so but I'm seeing a lot of stuff about how if the Braves don't sign Swanson, there is a high chance that they either get Correa or they stay in house and put Grissom at shortstop, which
I do not want.
I would vomit if we don't fill that hole with another star.
Yeah.
No way.
We're supposed to be a contender right now, and if we have Grissom at short, like, that's a hole. That's a hole in the lineup, man. Like, I'm sorry.
And I think so. I originally did not think DeGrom had. I mean, obviously he was. The Braves were one of the contenders to land him, and I initially thought, the Braves don't need starting pitching. I still don't think they're going to get him. My initial take was if he doesn't go back to New York, I thought he was going to the Rangers, and obviously it sounds like now that we've seen some stuff. It sounds like he really is.
There's some like insight there that he really does.
Obviously
you saw what happened today. Yeah, but apparently there's some serious insider info that he's going there.
Yeah, he said with the Rangers that he is very interested in signing there. So I think that's most likely the possible outcome. And I don't see the Braves getting Rodon. So I think the Braves stay off the starting pitching market. And I really, really, really am praying to God that we pick up Correa because we're not getting Turner. Turner's going to Philly. I'm almost certain on that one. I've stuck with that the whole offseason. And
I agree with that.
And I don't for some reason I don't think Bogarts is a fit for the Braves, even though he's the guy that I want. I think Correa is the most possible. Correa is the most possible suitor, and next in line is Grissom, which is not good. And we'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to see some small acquisitions. So like maybe extend Duvall or pick up a guy like John Peterson. We're not going to go out and make a big splash besides shortstop. So that's my predictions for the Braves.
If we don't do starting pitching, then we are going to do the shortstop and vice versa.
I'm scared. That's what I think you should do.
Yeah, but the Braves are always that team that's going to be like, let's put Grissom out there. Like, why would we do that? Why would we do that?
I'm getting scared.
That's stupid.
I'm getting scared that we're going to sit here and twiddle our thumbs and get nobody and be left with a hole at shortstop.
Right.
I'm really scared.
You'll have Grissom there, so you'll be good because he's very close.
What would be
the fielder that Dansby is, and he's so good at hitting. He had a great rookie year. He was definitely going to hit huge homers in the postseason for you and make defensive plays like you've never seen before.
My dream.
Dansby is the best defensive shortstop in the class. It's not even close.
Yeah.
You can say Correa has the arm. He doesn't have the range like Dansby. He doesn't make the plays like Dansby.
No, I agree.
And Swanson, Correa's supposed to be the power guy. Swanson hit more homers than Correa this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's probably a better hitter.
I think I'd have to go look. I think Swanson hit like 2 or 3 more. I mean, it wasn't by a lot, but I just thought it was interesting.
Swanson's OPS is way down from the other guys.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, he's obviously the least of the offensive candidates. But I think
doesn't matter, man.
I'll give you. Moving on from the Braves, I just want to give a quick couple predictions. I'm not going to change them because obviously you've seen a couple of things on Twitter now that free agency is about to start. Well, I think it started technically today.
It did, yeah, 2 p.m.
But these were my takes, so I'll stick by them. What would be awesome is when free agency, whenever it officially opens, if the Braves just take care of this whole shortstop thing and just sign Swanson to an extension, and we don't, because I'm terrified that these other guys, are going to, because they'll get more money somewhere else. We know that. We know the Braves cannot spend with the Mets and the Dodgers and teams like that. But anyways, the rest of the teams, these are my predictions. Judge, Giants. DeGrom, Rangers. These are my picks before all this rumors and stuff came out recently. This is like during the postseason. I had Judge, Giants.
You did not say DeGrom was going to the Rangers 3 weeks
ago.
Yes,
I did, bro.
But what was it? What's the reasoning for it? What's the reasoning for it?
You want me to pull up the text with my uncle?
No, we don't have time for that. But
like I said this, bro. The reason why is because Scott Boras is linked with the Rangers, and the Rangers are in dire need of starting pitching. I said this 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Okay, so anyways,
they got John Gray in there.
We got Judge, Giants, DeGrom, Rangers. I think Correa goes to the Dodgers. I'm gonna go back to my original. Swanson stays in Atlanta. And then Turner goes to Philly, and Bogarts. This is one I'm gonna flip a coin between Seattle and Baltimore for Bogarts, and then and Rodon's gonna go to the Mets, Those are the big free agents that I can think of right now off the top of my head.
Wow, that's pretty.
Those are good predictions.
They're
Definitely
out there.
touch up on those.
Yeah,
We
They're out
have
there.
the
we're gonna have to keep you. We're gonna have to keep you.
recording.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I know it's here. It's here.
All right. So any last words about the season? What are you most looking forward to next season, off season? What's kind of
I'm obviously looking forward to continue NL East dominance in Atlanta. I think the Mets were like the Giants last year. The Mets are going to drop down to about 85
I agree.
wins next year.
Yep.
I think the Phillies are going to be an 85 win team. I think it's going to be a Braves 10-game division win next year.
Hopefully,
and
like it's supposed to have been, like all
I
these
will
years.
say, yeah, and I will say I'm very, very, very excited for this. I mean, you've never in my recent memory, I don't remember a free agent class anywhere near the magnitude of this. So this offseason, I'm really excited for, and there's going to be, I think there's hardly any guys going to be re-signing with their teams. I think Swanson maybe is the only guy that stays where he's at right now. And I think it's going to be a huge shuffle around the league, and it's going to be interesting to watch next year, just where these guys go and how they perform. I'm just excited to see all the new teams that these guys are going to. So that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, that's great insight right there, Mike, on some MLB.
I think Xander could potentially sign back with the Red Sox. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the thing is, they're giving Devers the break from what I've heard. So I don't know if they're gonna give because Bogarts is gonna get close to $200 million from somebody. So I don't know if they can afford those two massive contracts.
Xander.
Well, Devers is a 300+ million guy.
And
they're gonna pay him too.
Oh yeah, no, and he wants to stay there. I heard that they were before free agency started. He's in. I don't know if he still is, but he was in the Dominican Republic, and they'd already sent their guys out there to negotiate with him. So I mean, it sounds like he's going to stay.
Rafi, big scoops, man.
All right. We'll put a bow on baseball though.
For sure. Great takes though, Mike. We appreciate it.
Baseball's gone until we get a big free agent signing. Essentially, that's what we're going to say.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
First game, we should talk about college football. Got number 9 Alabama and number 11 Ole Miss. This is kind of an SEC heavyweight, this week at least. Ethan, what do you have for this?
Yeah, man. This is where I lean forward, man. This is college football. This is what it's all about, in the fall. And matchups like this, it may not be one of those top 5 matchups, but this does have some college football playoff implications. Both of these teams, they're definitely not favorited to get in the playoff, but they have to win out to stay alive. And I can see, both teams winning this football game. But my question here to you guys is, I guess, Mikey, you can pick up on this, TJ, if you want. Do you guys think that Lane Kiffin can really step up and beat Saban? Because we're looking at a Bama team that's, kind of reeling after an LSU loss. They look very beatable, at least more beatable than usual. So what do you guys think? What are y'all takes on this game?
Mikey, I guess, do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Doesn't matter to me. I'll say yes, just because I think he's a pretty good coach, and he has a very good record, like at Ole Miss. For the time that he's been there,
he's got a great record.
This is definitely, like, I guess, the biggest game he's played in, right? Other than maybe Alabama last year, which they got whooped. But yeah, I think he has it because I think he has the players this time, and he has the team. I mean, this Ole Miss team, I think, is pretty good. They have some good wins.
I mean, this is as winnable of a game as Ole Miss is ever going to be against them.
Alabama is very, very vulnerable, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I just don't know how Bama's really defense is. So
if you had to say, I mean, what y'all think 12.5 is too many points? I mean, it's got
way too many points. So many points.
Yeah, because last week we thought 13.5. We were kind of. I think I said that Bama would cover, and I was very wrong about that.
Yeah.
Even if LSU did lose, that was an easy. They weren't ever beating LSU by 14. Just like
I do remember saying pump the brakes a little on last.
No, you were
Alabama played LSU, but this one is. Is this in Mississippi?
It's at Ole Miss, yeah. Mike, what you got, man?
Gives them a big edge.
Okay, yeah. So I looked. It's in Oxford at 3:30. That's about as big as a game you're going to get as Ole Miss. Being in a position they are. Obviously, they can't. They're most likely not going to make the SEC championship game and whatever. But I think, I think the 12.5 is way too many points, and I think this is a, one score game. I think it's a coin flip. But I'm looking right now, and this is the problem. is 81% of the money is on Ole Miss right now, and that sounds
Oh,
like a
jeez.
Vegas is
Yeah.
not gonna lose out on that one. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah, but
think I
that
don't.
seems no. This isn't a Georgia Tennessee situation. There's
But
not.
It's not, but that's a
Tennessee
lot
had
of
like
public money, though.
94% of the money in the Tennessee Georgia game. I mean, I don't think this is one where I'm going to sit here and say, "Oh, Bama's going to destroy them." I think it is a coin flip. I do think if I had to give you a prediction, I think I'm going to go Ole Miss. Last second score somewhere here or last second winning drive. I think
That
Alabama
would be
is.
nice.
I think they're in
Wow.
the. I think they're in the dumpster right now, and obviously it's Nick Saban. They're never in the dumpster, but I think in terms of Alabama, what we expect from them, they are as down as they're ever going to be, as we're ever going to see, probably until Nick Saban retires. And I think this is the year they lose 3 games. We're probably never going to see this again until Nick Saban
Dude,
retires.
it's
But
just he's got a bad crop of players.
if there's a year for them
Yeah.
to lose 3 games, it's right now because they should have already lost more than 3 games. And this game's at Oxford. If this was in Tuscaloosa, I'd give you Alabama. But I mean, they're going to be jacked up. Lane Kiffin, he wants to take down Nick Saban.
Yep.
This is the one. Obviously, you would get an Ole Miss cover there. I think they sneak it out, a little field goal maybe or a touchdown at the last second. I think Alabama's defense is just not good at all.
That
Ole
would be
Miss,
dope.
they're going to be jacked up, in Oxford for
Yeah.
sure. So
Will
Yeah,
Anderson hasn't appeared since like week 3, so I don't know what's going on with
I
that.
just can't
If-
believe this Bama team,
Yeah.
man. They're like they're like 4 or 5 plays away from having 4 losses right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
feels
crazy.
weird that like we're looking
That's
at this
5
game
and
like
4.
it
5
feels
and 4.
weird.
Yeah.
Feels weird that we're like looking at this game like, oh, Ole Miss kind of has a better shot at the
We're
college football playoff.
unanimous. Yeah.
They're one of those teams that they have one loss. They're not going to be in the conference championship probably, so they're one of those teams that's just going to hold on and hope that these other teams loses. Bama's coming off a crushing loss, but they have won 6 in a row against Ole Miss. I don't really know if that's going to change. I think though the key to this game, if they want any chance, they have a very good freshman running back, Quinshawn Judkins. For the Revs, he has over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and he just came off a 200 yard performance. It might have been against like Texas A&M, but it doesn't matter. The guy's a beast. I've seen him do it. This is a good. I'm not going to give a prediction. I'm just going to watch the game. It's 3:30 CBS. It's going to be very fun to watch, I think, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I guess if I were to give a prediction, I would just say Ole Miss covers.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really all I have for that.
Yeah, I think we're unanimous in that one. Absolutely. This game, other than my Georgia game, the game I'm looking forward to most this weekend, and it's not Bama Ole Miss, is TCU at Texas. Does TCU lose here? Do they hold their ground? How does this, how does this one turn out? But I said here, Texas is kind of a surprising favorite in this game, but I think that, they're favorites because they're at home and people are kind of expecting
7
TCU.
is crazy, man.
7 points is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points against the number 4 team in the country, man, when you have 3 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
So, yeah, that's 7 points. And that I think that shows you that Texas can really win this ball game. I mean, what do you guys think? I'm leaning Texas.
Yeah, I think Texas can win. However, I don't think they're going to. I think TCU is kind of on this little run where they've got to be looking at each other in the locker room like, hey guys, we control our own destiny. Like they're trying to count us out, saying we're the team that's going to lose, the team that's going to sell. I think we can go into Austin here and take a win.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way that TCU should be looking at it. I mean, they have a very good quarterback. They've been good all year. I mean, they have come back like big, shootouts, low scoring games, whatever it may be. I mean, TCU kind of is that team this year. Is it going to continue into the playoff? We don't know that yet, but it would be good to see them knock Texas off here.
Yeah. What
I
do
don't
you think?
I don't like Texas at all.
I can't believe TCU is a 7-point dog as the number 4 team in the country. It's ridiculous to me. Looking at it, I would initially knee-jerk go, are you kidding me? Give me TCU plus 7 if, all day TCU is going to win this game, blah, blah, blah. The only issue that I have is last week, obviously TCU ends up winning by, I don't remember, maybe 17, or they won by a considerable amount against Texas Tech. But the issue that I'm having is that that was a close game going into the fourth quarter. Like
late. It was close late.
Yep. Yeah, like it's close late, and it's Texas Tech, dude. I mean, they're lower, what, like 5-4. You know,
Yeah, they're not a
that's
good
not a
team.
very good team.
Yeah.
And I personally would. I'm so glad Clemson lost because if we talked about it a couple weeks or a week or two ago before Clemson lost, and I said I just want to see a Big 12 team so bad in the playoff because I would be so sick if I have to watch Clemson lose by 30 and score 3 points in the college football. My
Well,
theory is
TCU
at
would do
least
that as
it.
well, but
Well,
Okay,
at
yeah,
least it's
but my
somebody
listen,
else.
my
Like,
theory is one, it's someone else, and two, a Big 12 team, high powered offense, maybe they could get in the shootout and they probably wouldn't win, playing if it's a number 4 TCU versus Georgia, but at least they could score. Clemson can't even score the football, so I'm hoping we get a Big 12 team just for the fact that it makes it a little more fun to watch, considering we usually get at least one blowout in the semifinals. So
either
I
that
think
or either that or Pac-12. But if you bring in Oregon, you know what Georgia
that's
did
a
to them already.
disaster.
So
Yeah, I
I'm with
think
you, Mikey.
I'm
I'm
gonna go.
definitely with you.
I'm gonna go TCU. I think they're gonna win out. I think they're gonna win the Big 12. I think they're gonna be in the playoff. I think they show right here why they belong. And obviously, we know they're not on Georgia's level. At least me and Ethan do. We think no one is. But I think they're gonna show us why they
nobody,
belong in the top. Why they
nobody.
belong in the top 4. And I think I just can't believe this +7 for them.
So
It's
they
ridiculous.
survive. They survive enough.
Yeah, I think
Heck,
they do. I think
well,
they win
Gotta
this game.
do.
Yeah.
Well, Texas is going to win this game, guys.
Their defense sucks, Ethan. Their
Texas,
defense
guys,
is horrible.
guys.
Like horrible.
Texas is going to win this game, guys.
All right.
Why is that
Fine.
though?
Yeah,
Their
It comes
defense horrible.
it comes down to who has the ball last, and it may be a final score of 52-45. But my final prediction is Texas will get the ball last, therefore they will win. It's that simple. Like, as stupid as it sounds, they will get the ball last, so they will win. They won't stop TCU at all.
I don't know if Texas is as high powered.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
I
can
think
score
they
as much.
can be.
Nah, bro. TCU scores a lot of points. I know it's the Big 12, but I'm looking
So
at
does
it right
Texas.
now.
So does Texas.
30, not as much as TCU. 34, 41, 38, 43, 38, 55, 42, 59.
Well,
They got to be
38.
averaging about. That's got to be an average of like 40 points per game.
That's a lot of points.
No, hey, yeah,
and I've got.
I get it, but we could just look back. I'm picking Texas here, though. I'm
All right.
picking Texas.
You're picking
Fine.
Texas.
Fine.
Well,
Yeah,
okay, we
two guys
should
on
move on
TCU.
though.
I'm
Yeah.
all
We do
horns.
have one more. We do have one more game. I guess that we're covering. So
Yeah, it's
Ethan,
going to Starkville.
number 1 Georgia, going to Starkville, Mississippi State.
I've been sick all week, but I've been, recovering. I feel like I'm over the hill because tomorrow I'd ride up to Starkville, Mississippi with my dad to watch the Georgia Bulldogs, number 1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. That's right. Going on the road, to play the Mississippi State Bulldogs. This week we're getting blown up a little bit by the media. Yeah, TJ, battle the Bulldogs right here.
Isn't it the Bulldogs?
No, they're
They're
Bulldogs.
No, they're
just
normal.
like us. That's
They're
Weiner.
normal.
No, they're normal.
Yeah,
that's
Gonzaga.
Weiner
Gonzaga.
Barrow.
No, Gonzaga's
That's-
normal. Actually, never mind. I'm tripping.
Yeah. So,
that's
anyways,
Weiner Barrow.
Georgia's getting blown up by the media, but I don't think that matters at all this week. Kirby has his guys ready, and I was texting my dad earlier. They did play us tight a couple years ago, but I think this is just a classic. We have better players than you do. We're on the road, but I can see us kind of taking the crowd out of the game early.
It is going to be cold, like you said.
It'll be cold. They're going to be upset ready. The crowd's going to be, hyped up. They'll have the cowbells going. But
damn cowbells.
I think this is just, hopefully, this is what I'm hoping, but this is what I think from watching Georgia and who I know Mississippi State has. They have a great quarterback, but as far as their skill guys, their guys up front, they just do not match up with us. They would need us to turn the ball over, some freaky stuff to happen, us get penalized a lot. I think it's just a, classic. We're better than you. And I think Georgia definitely covers the spread. I hope to see us win this game by 25 or more points. It doesn't matter, but it's a game on the road in the SEC.
I think
that's what happens.
I think I'm gonna be a little. I'm not okay. Well, considering I'm about to say this, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but I guess the country might be a little surprised. I think Mississippi State might score a little bit more than they might, and by that I mean they might score 14 points instead of like 3.
Right. No,
but I do think they have a good quarterback, so I think they might sneak in the end zone a couple times. I mean,
They're going to throw it every down.
I think I could see possibly this game being like 14-14 in the second quarter, and then Georgia wins by 30. But I mean, you might have a game. most of these Georgia games the whole year have been over within 2 possessions of the game. So I think they might give this a game for a quarter instead of, the game's over after 2 possessions. It's 14-0 Georgia. I think maybe this game might be close for a quarter, and by the time it's halftime, it'll be over. But Georgia's going to cover. Like Ethan said, we have better players than they do. This isn't the thing I think back to, the big marquee. I remember the marquee win for Georgia, or at least the tone setter for that season, the 2017 season when it's the national title was the Mississippi State game was at home, but I remember that game that was a 2 highly ranked matchup. I think they were in the 15-ish range, and that was a big game for us because going into that year we didn't really have any success yet under Kirby. That was year 2, I believe. So
Yep.
And I remember that game we just came out there and just whooped them, and that's when we had something to prove, or we hadn't been proven yet, and we went out there and proved ourselves against a good Mississippi State team. This is a not so good Mississippi State team.
Right. Yeah.
We are the top dog. We are the best team in the country. We all know it. Kirby has them disciplined. They're going to win by 25-30.
That's what I
think
want.
It'll be close.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
TJ,
So
you agree, right? You agree.
yeah,
right?
yeah. I definitely think the Dogs are going to win this one. So
Okay, good. Man,
I think the Dogs are.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous.
But Dogs, though.
Yeah, if I will say though, out of the games remaining, obviously you only have 3 games left. You have Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Tech. Tech is non-factor. Between this and Kentucky, this would be the game that I would have, if any, worry between this and Kentucky.
Yes,
Would be
I
this
agree.
one.
I agree.
Because Kentucky
with you
is
there.
just stuck in the damn 1980s, can't throw the football,
Yeah.
so I'm not worried about them. But
All right. So I guess
Yeah,
I've got the Dogs too by 30. That's really all I've got to say. Ethan will be there. It's going to be cold. Should be a good game.
hopefully I'm not sick again when I get back.
I guess we should go ahead and pick, an upset that we have for
Well,
this Saturday.
I just wanted to touch on one.
All right.
You got LSU coming off a win against Alabama, going on the road to Arkansas. This is, to me, an obvious letdown spot for LSU. An obvious letdown spot for LSU.
it's at noon though. I was looking into this. It's a weird line. It's 3.5 for LSU.
And
That is
Arkansas has played very bad this year. My bad. They've underperformed a lot, by a wide margin this year. But if they don't lose that A&M game, I don't know. You look back to certain games early in the season, like if Arkansas could have just been 3-0 going into Bama, they may be looking at a completely different team. I think Arkansas is well coached. I think they're talented. And the game is at Arkansas. It's used to be like a huge rivalry game. It's not as much anymore. If I had to pick an upset this week, it would be Woo Pig over LSU.
Sir. Woo Pig Suey. My upset, Wake over UNC. That's
Before
it.
you
I've got
say this,
nothing.
I just want to say
Wake over UNC.
I don't know why you consider this an upset when UNC is the underdog.
Are they really?
Dude,
I didn't know
plus
that.
3.5.
That's an
They're plus
oopsie by
3.5.
me. Sorry, guys. I don't bet.
Well, I mean, to be
I
fair,
saw
Wake
the
Forest
ranked
is-
matchup. I saw that UNC was
Wake
ranked.
Forest is
Wake
6-3,
wasn't.
so yeah. But
So I guess my upset will be UNC over Wake.
even though it's not an upset, but that's just what the line is. So,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
ACC, I don't really care about. It's like the worst
Yeah.
conference. It's pretty much
Ever.
eyewash.
It's the
Okay,
worst.
so if
It
I'd
is
rather
the
wash
worst.
rather wash my eyes with the soap in my bathroom
Yeah.
than watch this game.
Dude, if I have to pick one, I mean, I'm looking at the slate right now. I don't want to. We already talked about the
Woo Pig, man.
Bama.
Woo
we
Pig
already talked-
Suey, though. That I
already-
can get behind.
We already talked about the Bama Ole Miss game, so I don't want to say, oh, Ole Miss upset. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a 6-3 Louisville over Clemson. That's my upset if I have to take.
Great. I can get
Dude,
with you.
I can get
with you.
behind that
Yeah,
as well.
Dude, Clemson
Louisville just
sucks,
whipped.
man.
Louisville just
Clemson sucks.
Louisville just whipped Wake. Like whipped
And
them.
Clemson's terrible, man. They're terrible.
Again, though,
so if I have to
eyewash.
pick one, I'll go that. I mean, yeah.
No,
All right.
I think. Hey, what? 3-0. TJ already hedged himself. So, let's we're all undefeated on.
Yeah,
his
we're
side.
gonna move on now because that's enough ACC talk.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So last thing, I guess, NFL. I guess let's start with the Vikings. They're going to Buffalo. I'll be the first to say I thought Buffalo was going to beat the Jets by at least 15 points, but they ended up losing. Very disappointing. So yeah, who do we have here and why? Vikings at Buffalo.
I've got Minnesota here. I think this is obvious Minnesota. It's trending towards Allen is definitely going to be out. I said if he's out, it's all Minnesota. I think he will be out, so I'll stick with that. I like them a lot, and they're a very, very sneaky 7-1 team, by the way. Like very, very sneaky. Like
Yeah, it's not
so.
it's not as sneaky anymore. They're starting to kind of give him too much hype, I think.
Yeah.
So is that all you have, Ethan?
Yeah, I got the Vikings here.
Yeah, so I'll just say, I guess if Josh Allen is hurt,
and
Vikings
that would
should
be
win.
my reasoning. Yeah, that's my reasoning.
However, I think he's gonna play, so I'll say that I think the Buffalo's gonna win. The Vikings, all their wins have been one-score games. I'm pretty sure their margin of victory is like 4 points, which means it's the NFL. Something's got to give.
Something's a give.
They're probably gonna lose now. They're still a good team though. Like definitely, I'm a little worried about
Buffalo
them.
is just a buzzsaw, man. If
But
the Bills have Allen, you have to pick them. I mean, even when they do lose, like
if Buffalo loses, though, that's not a good look.
I will say
they're supposed to be the best team in the league.
I want to say just about his injury. I have no idea what's going to happen because they're playing it smart over there. They're not giving any like insight as to what his status is because they don't want anyone to be able to prepare. If Keenum's playing, whatever. But so apparently I didn't realize, but he had a UCL injury in his rookie year, but it was a sprain, so he missed like 4 weeks, came back, whatever, he's fine. If it's a sprain, I don't see him playing, and if it's ligament damage, he's done. Like he's gonna need Tommy John surgery, which they have talked about. Like it could be bad. They don't know.
I think he's gonna play through it.
No,
I don't.
No, you
there's
can't
no
do
way,
that,
man. You
Dude,
can't. You can't throw.
man.
I mean, if it's really like if it's a sprain, they can get him with enough meds to get him through the game. But if it's ligament damage, he's screwed. But I don't know. But I will say, I'm gonna be different here. And you guys, you're quick to forget. Case Keenum took the Vikings to the AFC Championship game. Or yes,
I
NFC.
remember
NFC,
that.
sorry, NFC,
I remember
sorry,
that graphic.
I was
I
thinking
remember
about
that graphic.
Yep, it was like Keenum, Bortles, and Brady, and but
and
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna say no matter what, if Allen plays or not, if Keenum starts, give me the Bills and the cover.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I like it.
Wow.
I think the Bills are that
and
good, man. Everyone thinks it's just Josh Allen. Obviously, he's like the MVP of the league, but I think the Bills all around are that good. They have a great defense too. I mean, think about those guys, man, that they have.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean,
yeah, good call right there. How about Dallas at Green Bay?
Blowout.
Green Bay?
Yeah, Dallas at Green Bay. It's in Lambeau.
Okay.
Blowout.
Yeah, TJ, Mr. Dallas. Give us your insight, man. What we got?
Well, yeah, I think this could be the game that Rodgers, realizes it's time to hang it up. I think Dallas is by far the better team, as you can see. But sometimes they do like to dick around in games like this, and they end up losing. I've seen it a million times, so I will not be surprised if they lose. However, if they come out swinging, then yes, I think they can give the knockout blow to Rodgers' career. But then again, at the same time, Dallas has not been good defending the run, and I have a feeling that's what Green Bay, that's what their game plan is going to be. They're just going to, run with Jones and Dillon all over us. But I think when they focus on the run, and then Rodgers has to throw, hopefully they can make some plays in the secondary, and Rodgers has a horrible, another bad statistical, game. But I'm just going to go ahead and say like the second part that I have, Ethan.
Yeah.
So I guess the most important thing, if Dallas wins is the Packers are like really, really done. They're done. I know we already know that they're done, but it's the NFL. There's they have another playoff spot. There's 8 weeks left. There is still time.
Yeah, they're done.
For the Packers to get it going. If they lose this game, they're done. But that's my brain speaking. My heart wants it to happen so bad. I mean, it would be so relieving if you just had a game. I have it here, less than 50% completion, like a few touchdowns, 3 picks, 4 sacks, and then his career is going to be done. He's not going to want to play anymore.
He does historically play very well against you guys.
He does not play that well in the regular season against us, though. So
yeah, but he is a guy that's prone to, he's prone to have a game. It's still Rodgers.
But yeah, dude,
he's got nobody, bro.
I agree.
Sucks.
I agree. This is the dagger. This is the dagger for the Green Bay season.
Yeah.
Y'all are the worst possible matchup for them right now. I mean, absolutely. You have the best defense. You have the best defensive back. Man. It's all Dallas here, man, for sure. But you just gotta keep it in mind that Rodgers could do it.
of course, I think it's all Dallas, but I've seen them do it too many times where they just play down to their opponent, when they're better than them. I've seen them lose to the Jets before, like at 1 p.m. It's not fun. I'm not gonna sit here riding on my high horse, leading up to the game, but when the game's on, yeah, if Rodgers is having a bad game, I'm gonna be very, very happy.
Yeah.
And there's just
Can
nothing
y'all
else.
can y'all still hear me? I took one AirPod. I just want to make sure.
Nah, you're
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Anything I
Yeah,
can
Mike.
Yeah, I was gonna say that not only does Rodgers have nobody on his team, but he's also playing bad. I think the media is quick to be like, oh, he has nobody, he has no receivers. He's not playing good. He's forcing the ball downfield when he doesn't need to. He's trying to make plays that he's trying to be Superman because he's a terrible teammate too because he'll be so quick to blame everybody but himself, and he's trying. I watched they had this segment during the last Green Bay game where they were highlighting like all the plays where he was forcing the football in a double coverage 10 or like 20, 25 yards down the field, and he had checkdowns wide open that can run for 10 yards after the catch because he's trying to be Superman and he's not.
So he's going to utilize those checkdowns against us, and we're going to lose. So
I don't think so, man. I think you guys are going to kill them. I think they're done. They're washed. This game is not going to be close. I think y'all's defense is really good too. So I mean, I know I have them in fantasy, so I would know.
All right, yeah. Let's get to the Seahawks and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So I guess if you were to tell me that this game would feature the Bucks being under 500 and Seattle being the team in first place, it would be crazy to me. What do we have for this game?
Bro, they wrote Geno off, but he ain't right back though.
He didn't write back, bro. Geno.
But the Bucks looking to get back to 500 here. I think they do in Munich, Germany, man. But Seattle wants to extend their lead in the West here, the NFC West. But I think Tom Brady and the Bucks are really starting to hit their stride here. Unfortunately for me, as a Falcons fan, and unfortunately for the Seahawks. It's crazy that Geno and Brady is the matchup, and Geno is the one in MVP contention. Like that's the craziest storyline for me here. But if I had to make a pick on this game, I'm definitely going Buccaneers here. Okay. I think they're starting to roll.
Quick question for you guys.
I was want to say we have 2 minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just say I got Seahawks. Tom Brady's on the down. I think we should just give pick for Thursday night because we only have 2 minutes.
Are y'all gonna be up for this game? I think I am for some reason.
No.
9:30. I'll probably be up. Oh yeah, so
no, I won't.
Thursday night game, bro.
Just give a pick because we only have 1:55. So I'm just gonna give your pick.
I say,
dude, I don't have a pick, man. I could care less. I'm sorry.
Falcons.
Bro, you have to make a pick.
Just take a pick.
Dude, man. Falcons, bro.
There you go.
Go Falcons.
Falcons,
dude,
baby.
The game probably just kicked off, man.
It did. Put it on, by the way. Put it on. But
okay, oh my God. I'm seeing TJ's got the Texans
quickly.
knocking off the Giants.
Yeah, any Sunday predictions? I've got the 6-1 Texans beating the Giants. That's just it. That's all.
I've got Jeff Saturday, man. First head coaching game. I think that the Colts actually win this Sunday with Jeff Saturday at the helm.
Yeah, the only thing I guess my interesting take would be how I said Bills over Vikings, no matter who's playing quarterback. That's my interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. All right, so I guess you both have props. I failed. I said I was gonna try and find a prop during the show, and I did not.
I
didn't even look, man.
He's not him.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. But I've
got Nick Chubb over 86.5 rushing yards against the Dolphins. They just gave up Fields' NFL record for rushing yards by a quarterback. I know those were on scramble plays, but they're obviously susceptible to running, and Chubb covers this almost every game anyway. So this should be free if you want to make money. Chubb over your rushing yards.
And I'm going to say I think the total is 156.5 passing yards for Mariota tonight. As we know, hurricanes coming through, really, really strong winds, a lot of rain. They hardly even throw the ball as it is. I mean,
he goes under that anyways.
It's not raining, man.
It's not okay. Well, that's what they were saying, but
it's windy and stuff. It's not good weather.
He hardly throws the ball as it is. I think he's going to sail under. They're going to run the read option all game and give it to Patterson. So I think that's going to sail under. That's all I got.
For sure. Great show, guys. Great show.